Hey guys, it's Melissa Merritt here with Web of Creativity and your Graphic 45 brand ambassador. I am showing you today this cute little mini album using the Graphic 45's Woodland Friends paper collection. It's super adorable paper collection, and then I got the patterns in solids. So this album I created to fit inside a cabin that I made, and I have video for making the cabin, and that is on my YouTube channel, and the links are below for that. So here's this cabin. Look at that wood grain paper using a texture plate. It's awesome. And then the roof opens up. You can put your album right inside for storage. So I love that. So if you're interested in making the cabin, the links are below. I do have kits for both the cabin and the album if you're interested in making both of those. Or if you just want to make the album, I have kits for just the album as well. And all those links are below. So we're going to start off with showing you this cover here. These cute little pieces right here are from the die cut assortment pack. That's part of this collection. And then the front cover has a tag right there. And then we open it up. And this video is just on how to make this album. I go through the cover, the pages, the binding, the matting, all that good stuff. This is a follow along video with the tutorial. The tutorial has all the measurements and stuff that you need on how to make the album. So the inside cover has this tag right here. And then page 1, we got, all the pages are the same. We got this tag that comes out. We have another tag that is a pocket that goes into this pocket. And then the back side, we got a couple more tags that open up. Super cute. So then the page style just repeats. Look at those deers. It's so cute, so cute. And then we got some squirrels. So at the end of the video, I go through all the pages that I made to show you how I matted all of the pages. The tutorial has pictures on how I matted as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started with making the cover, and then we're going to do the pages and etc, etc. So this is the project. Again, all the links are below. And let's go ahead and get started. For the cover, we have 3 pieces of chipboard, front cover, back cover, spine. And then we have 2 pieces of cardstock for our front and back cover. So we're first going to start with our cardstock, 1 piece of chipboard, and I'm going to take some extra adhesive. Now what I like is a 5/8 inch overhang, so that's what I do. If you prefer a 1/2 inch, then you can do that as well. Alright, so I'm attaching the front cover. Extra adhesive, and then attach the back. Let's, there we go. Okay. For the spine, I use 2 pieces of chipboard for my spacer, and then I'm going to attach it like so, but I'm going to need to add my tape. So I'm going to add my tape up to here. Oops. And then I'm going to add a piece of tape right there. So I'm going to use my spacer, and then I'm going to make sure my two chipboard cover and spine is lined up evenly at the top and bottom. And press down. Next, I'm going to put my tape on my chipboard. And let's see how much of the paper it covers. Perfect. So I'm going to put on my cardstock, I'm going to go all the way from the top to the bottom. Perfect. I'm going to do the same thing with this piece of cardstock. Top to bottom. I'm pretty much keep laying it down to show where I need to make sure my tape is going to be at. And then I'm going to add tape here. And then some at the top. Alright, now I can attach them together. So I'm going to hold my chipboard spacers, line up my chipboard at the top and bottom. I'm not worried about if the cardstock is not lined up at the top and bottom. Alright, there we go. Flip over. Alright, what I like to do is take my bone folder and run it across the edge. This scores it for better folding. Alright. Next we need to cut the corners at an angle. So I'm using my craft knife, my ruler, and I'm going to do it 1/8 of an inch from the corner. And on a Tim Holtz ruler, it's the first dash line, and then I'm just going to make it an angle. Like so. And then it gives you that little bit of gap for when you're folding it. So do that to all four corners. Alright, all four corners are trimmed. Now I'm going to add tape to the cardstock all the way around. Alright, now that I got it taped, I'm going to use my other bone folder. We're going to do the short sides first, so I like to run my bone folder across the sides here. I think it helps wrap it. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Okay. Now before we do the other two sides, we're going to tuck in the corners. Are you gonna... So we're just going to tuck it in on all four corners. Oh, not on the screen. So it gets tucked in, and then this gets folded over. So it gives you a nice clean corner. Now I'm going to do the same thing, except the two gaps, I'm going to skip those gaps. They're the weak point in the album, so we try not to mess with them because we don't need that paper to tear. So again, when we're running it over to connect the papers. Skip those gaps. Do the same thing. Skip, skip. I like to do this. It makes it nice, smooth, and flat. And for the long sides, typically start in the center and then push your way out. Skip, and there we go. There is our cover, and now we're going to do the inside. Alright, so next for the inside cover, I added tape. I stopped it short, about 5/8 inches from the top and bottom, and just put it on the chipboard, and it's on both edges of this gap. So this prevents bubbling with the paper. So you definitely want to do that. Then with your paper, we're going to go ahead and attach one side first. And the inside cover for the front and back are both the same size, and we're going to do a 1/8 inch border. So at the top and bottom, and on the left edge, it's going to be 1/8 inches. I'm just adding some extra adhesive. And this is going to be the same thing, 1/8 inch, while lining it up with the first sheet. There we go. And now where your indentation is, you want to hold and slowly bend. This way you make sure that that paper goes into the crack. And you do this slowly just to bend those fibers in that paper. It helps with not cracking. So there we go. And now we have our cover done, and we can work on our pages. We're going to work on the pages. This album has 5 pages. This is the size of the page. For page 1, for the front of page 1, we got 2 pieces, the base page and the top pocket page. And then we have these 2 tags. I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to add tape to the back of the shorter of the 2 pieces. Now all the measurements are on the tutorial on how to cut your pages and your mats. So we're going to add our tape to the top and bottom. Remove our tape. Let me get my ruler, and we're going to attach, I'm going to turn this sideways just so I can see it better. We're going to attach this flush to the side, centered. So I'm just laying my ruler there so I can find my center point. Okay. So we're only attaching the top and bottom. Our binding for the pages is going to get slid onto this side, and then this is our pocket for our piece. So then we have 2 tags. The longer of the 2 has a score line. It's not centered. One side is shorter than the other, and that's going to get slid there. And then we have our tag. So we're going to go ahead and mat. So for the main piece, so we want this piece isn't the same size as our base page, so it has an eighth of an inch from the right side. So that's the side we want on the right side. So we're going to attach our mat in the middle, and it'll go flush to the side of that pocket. But we're going to attach our top and bottom first. So these pieces are a pocket as well. It's a slide pocket. So we have one short side and one long side taped, and that's going to go on the top. And then we have a short side and long side taped, and that's going to go on the bottom. So you want to make sure there's no tape on the right side when attaching. So these are going to get attached with a 1/8 inch border. So I'm going to put that down here and line up with this pocket edge. Do the same thing here. I'm going to turn it around. There we go. And that is so our tag slides right in. Okay, now we can attach our middle mat here. And I'm going to add some more adhesive. I always like to add extra adhesive in the center of the mat. I'm using my ATG. So this is going to get attached centered. And again, I want it right on that edge of that pocket. So I'm going to turn it so I can see. Make sure it's centered nicely in between the top and bottom mats. So there we go. I like that deer. Those two deers right there. Super cute. Now we got our tag mats. So this is our single mat. He's going to get attached to the center. And then I cut the squirrel out for the mat on the inside, specifically for that squirrel right there. I just think he's cute. Now with this, I did not mat the back side. I'm only matting the inside. You can mat the back side if you want. The point was, I still want this to have pictures in it, and I didn't want it to get too bulky for the pictures. He's so cute. Okay, so he gets slid right in there. Like so. And then this tag is going to get slipped. Let me make sure my tag's in the center. Gets slipped at the top and the bottom. Oh. There we go. Yeah. In and out, in and out. Alright, there we go. And that is the front of our page, and then we can work on the back side. For the back side of the page, we have two tags, a little tag flap, and then a pocket, and I'm using pattern paper for the pocket piece. So for this guy, we have a score at the top and the bottom for our tabs. So we're going to fold on the score line. Going to trim those corners from the score line inward. So I'm cutting them at an angle. And grab my tape. And add tape to the tabs. So this is my 3/8 inch tape, and then I'm going to grab my 1/4 inch tape. So first I'm gonna run my bone folder across those edges one more time. Alright, so when this is, we want this to be a pocket, so the opening is going to be on the left side. This is gonna, on the right side, it's going to be closed. So I'm going to turn it over and tape between those tabs. Because I don't want to tape the tabs down. I want those to be attached to the page. So this is going to get attached here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the paper. Oh. Okay, I'm going to turn this sideways just so I can see it better. And this guy is getting 1/8 inch border, just like the others. There we go. For our tags, both have a score line on them, so I'm just going to fold on the score line. And then we have our little tag stopper. What I like on this guy is I'm punching 2 of the corners, and this is an angle, so I'm punching an angle, and therefore I want to punch an angle in my paper. So there's my angle. Oh, yep. And then I'm going to attach that. So for these guys, I got my squirrel paper. Now, the longer side, it's going to get attached this way. So I'm just going to need to make sure that my squirrels are going to be going the right angle. Then I have more squirrels for this side. And this side, I have brown. And then the back side, I'm actually doing the back side, I have more squirrel paper. So let's go ahead and just throw all my papers around. Okay. Let's just move on. Look at that squirrel. These squirrels are adorable. This is a great paper collection. Unfold. So the longest side of the tag is the side that's going to stick out of the pocket, and the shortest side is going to be on the inside the pocket. So go ahead and attach the second tag, mat the second tab the same way, and we're going to mat this little guy. For this little little piece right here, we're going to add tape to the bottom only. Okay. And then I'm going to attach it to the right side centered. So I'm going to use my ruler. Oh. Okay. I'm just trying to find my center point. And attach. There we go. And then we have our tags. So our tag can slide right. So it's our little tag holder. And there is the back side of the page. So all the pages are the same. And so make 5 of them, and then we'll move on to working on the rest of the album and getting these pages attached. So cute. For the inside front and back covers, they're going to be matted the same. So I'm going to, I have the main mat in 2 pieces. We're going to make this a pocket. So I taped in a U shape. And then this is going to be flush to it. So we're going to go ahead and attach. Before I do so, I have my mat. This mat is for my sticker I'm going to be using. And I want to make sure it's centered. It's probably a little easier to attach now than on the album. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright. I'm going to do this upside down so I can see it better on my side. Oops. And centered. There we go. I'm going to take this off. And this guy is going to get attached with a 1/8 inch border. And then this guy is going to get attached right at the top there. And then we need our I have a little strip from the sticker set, and I'm just going to add it right where the pocket is. And then put my sentiment right in the middle. Alright, look at that. Now we need our tag and tag mat. With the tag and the mat, I'm going to go ahead and angle those corners with my punch here. And finish off by inking that corner. And I'm using Gathered Twigs Distress ink. I'm going to attach this guy together. It's just going to be like everything else with a 1/8 inch border all the way around. And we're going to slide this guy right in here. And there we go. Super cute. I'm going to do the back side, and then we'll work on that binding in that middle. I made the back cover, inside cover for the right side as well. And now we need to put a piece here. So I cut out a piece for the middle. I covered this in tape. So I did that because this is where your pages are going to sit on. And you want to make sure that your piece is going to get stayed down. So I just doused this with tape because your pages could get heavy. You want to make sure this paper is stuck if you use paper. All right, so I'm going to make sure this is even. Looks good to me. Alright, for the binding, it's going to be an accordion type binding. So I have my paper with all of my score lines at a 1/2 inch. So we're going to fold my first one, and this is the piece that's going to be taped together and my page going to slide on. Then I have the space in between the pages, and then I'm going to fold the opposite direction, and then accordion fold, and accordion fold. So now I have 2 pieces for my page. Then I have my space. Fold, fold, fold. Now I have 3 of them. Have my space. Four, and then one last one. All right, there's our pieces, and we're going to tape in between each one, but I do want to get these pressed down with my bone folder. Alright, there we go. I'm going to flip it over and add my tape in between each piece. So in the valleys, I only need 1 tape in each valley. Now we're going to remove the tape backing and attach. Nope. There we go. Now that we have all of our pieces attached, we're going to need to tape the back of this. So we want to cover this whole back side with tape. And then we're going to add tape on both sides of our tabs here. So we're going to cover the whole thing with tape and then flip over and then add. Now when we add tape to these tabs, we're going to add them flush to the top. So I'm using, this is a 1/2 inch tape I'm using down here, but for here I'm going to use my 3/8 inch tape. And again, just flush at the top. We want to leave some space below. The reason why is because we're not going to attach the pages flush to the bottom. So we do want a little bit of wiggle room. So again, tape on both sides of the tabs, flush to the top. So you have that bit of space right there. And then cover the whole back side with tape. Now that I got, well, everything is all taped up, we are ready to attach our binding. So my ability to attach paper straight isn't always perfect. So I'm going to use this part as my guide to attach straight than the paper itself. So I'm going to place my, I put this upside down so I can see it better. I'm going to place my ruler so my line is even with the album. And then of course I need a center. So I'm going to go off camera just for a second, just so I can see where my piece is. Holding my ruler. I need another hand. And okay. All right. Before I'm going to just hold it at the top and look at the bottom before I let go of my hand. I actually just made some marks at the bottom of where it goes. All right, there we go. Perfect. Now, we want to make sure this is stuck. So we're going to run our bone folder let's go ahead and attach some of our pages. For this type of binding, it is a little stiff, so you might want to move some of your binding tabs back and forth a little bit. The more your pages move, the more it'll come a little more relaxed. But they're going to be a little bit stiff because they're a little thick. Okay, so attaching, I removed my tags and stuff, so we're going to remove the tape on both sides. Sometimes you can move just one side and attach and then pull the tape out from under if you're more comfortable with that. So we're going to slide it where your opening of your page is at the bottom, at the side. We're going to slide it on. We're not going to go all the way down. There we go. And then we want to make sure our page is even. Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and attach page 2. And I want to leave some room and make sure the page is even. Okay, so I have some space in between the score line of the page. That's just some room so these pages can go back and forth. So I have that space right there. We're going to work on our cover, and I have just a tool to make this flat and straight so we can attach things. So this guy's going to get a full mat first, and then a pocket. Then we're going to decorate that pocket. So I'm just removing the tape backing from my mat. I'm going to add some extra adhesive. And this guy's going to get attached. And unlike the other like pages and stuff, this guy's going to get a 1/4 inch border. So I made his border just a little bit bigger. Okay, that looks good. Put that back up. So then our next piece is a pocket piece, and I taped a U shape. We're going to attach it. That's also going to be a 1/4 inch border, and that's going to go on the top. I'm going to take my top piece here, put some extra adhesive. Doesn't really need it, but you know. And then attach. That guy. And then we have some pieces. So I cut out a solid and a pattern, and then a solid and a pattern. And these two guys are super cute, and they come from the die cut assortment package. So we're going to use these for the cover. This guy's going to go on this side, and this guy's going to go on this side. So we're going to attach this one first. So I'm going to move these out of the way. I said we're going to attach these first, but I'm going to attach these pieces first. So I'm just centering these guys up, and because I am a perfectionist sometimes, this has a little bit of an overhang, and then I'm going to ink the little piece that I just trimmed off. Okay, so this guy, he's going to get attached. Let me take my tape off of this one. And add a little more adhesive. Okay, now I'm going to measure. So he gets attached first. Then we're going to attach one of our strips. And it's just going to go straight across and lined up with the strip on this piece right here. And then this guy, we're going to actually attach it to this one first. I'm going to measure where it's going to be at. Okay, having issues with my roller. Okay. Now I'm just going to remove the tape backing on all my pieces. And I'm going to attach him. I'm going to move him down, because I'm going to put him right up against our pocket line. Right there. And now we need our tag. For the tag that goes in the pocket, I angled the two corners at the top here. That's using the We Are Memory Keepers angled punch. And I'm going to attach with a 1/8 inch border. And let me scooch that over a little bit. There we go. That is our cover. Super cute. 2 pages, 3 to go. The front is done. Now we need to do the back and the spine. The back is pretty simple. It's just one piece of cardstock. So let's just go ahead and attach that real quick. You can put more stuff on there. I typically wait until after I've decorated the entire album, and then if there's a large sticker or something, I will put on the back side. So this is 1/4 border. And for the spine, we got several pieces. So I have this pattern that I'm going to attach to the solid with a 1/4 inch border. And then I have these 3 pieces. And then this is part of the die assortment pack. So I'm going to just attach those there. And then you can see a little bit, I took the die assortment pack and laid all the pieces out over here, so I can, it makes it easier to see when I go in and start decorating my pages and stuff. And here's the finished spine piece. I think it turned out pretty awesome. Flows with the front with the green and the pattern paper. Okay, I've completed the album, finished all my pages, and added a few little pieces from the stickers or the die cut assortment pack. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you the little extra features that I added. There's a couple of stickers. And then here's a new page. So I'm going to take this out. And then my tag. And then here's my page number 4. And my last page. Got my little fox down there. And that is it. That is the completed album. And below is the link on the cabin that this album fits into if you're interested in making the cabin as well. All right. If you need any other projects or ideas, head over to my blog at www.webofcreativity.net, and that's where you'll find kits and tutorials for this project as well. Thank you for watching.